Are the Detroit Lions, Bob Quinn, Matt Patricia, prepared to neglect the number 2 cornerback position for the Lions? Let's talk about it. Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Blessings to the brothers and sisters out there supporting the channel. And I seen they brought in Rashad Melvin today to give him a visit. Right now, currently sitting at, Tabor, Ford, Marcus Cooper, who they just brought back, and Jamal Agnew as defensive backs that can play probably number 2. I think it's a stretch to say Agnew could be number 2, but if need be, he ain't got no other choice. And it just screams that the Lions are not going to address the cornerback position seriously in 2019. The kid from Philadelphia signed back there with the knee injury. I always forget his name. Can't remember his name, but he went back. He was the number 1 corner on the board. And then Bradley Roby, I heard, went to Houston. And pretty much they failed to address the position. They failed to make a trade right now as the near future. Peterson and Ramsey and a lot of other cornerbacks, were available to trade or seemed like to be available for trade. Remember they said Odell was open for trade. He wasn't for trade until Mike came with the right price. So I'm not sure if they're trying to turn the key over in the trade department, but I'm sure that they didn't try to go out there and get no real competition at the cornerback position. So it just seems like the same shit as Mayhew. Funny thing about Myron Mayhew, he played cornerback or defensive back. I know for sure. I think it was a cornerback in the league, and he just will not invest a high draft pick or invest free agent money in a cornerback. He refused to invest into the cornerback position. It may have been Aaron Berry, Bill Bentley, Alex Carter. I mean, the scum of the scum, or the bottom of the bottom of the barrel cornerbacks. As a DB that played a position in this league, he just refused to invest in a cornerback, and the Lions have always been that way. Before Darius Slay, Terry Fair was the highest cornerback they drafted. They draft 1,000 receivers every year. They draft, linebackers that don't work out. Offensive linemen has really been the trend. I mean, Riley Reeve, Larry Warford, Graham Glasgow, undrafted free agent Adrian Waddle, Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker. Whatever GM come in, they just be going crazy on offensive linemen. Maybe free agency and Rick Wagner and TJ Lang, or maybe drafting Taylor Decker and the rest of the guys I named, probably even more that I forget. For some reason, they don't work out here. They go other places. They fit. This team will draft anything, even running back, maybe Java Best, Kevin Jones, getting Joy Bell, getting Reggie Bush here, getting a ton of dudes they tried at the running back position. Kerryon Johnson now. They got Zach Zenner, undrafted free agent. Wherever that been, the one positions that this team will never address, and never take serious is that cornerback position and that quarterback position. Everything else, they'll do it over time and time again. They'll draft a defensive tackle number 1. They whatever it may be. It's something about the cornerback position, the quarterback position. This team just, it just neglects it time and time again. And at the end of the day, if you didn't have answers last year, why the hell you think you're going to have answers this year with the same group of guys? Your best hope is that somehow Tabor develop into a cornerback or Mike Ford build on what he did. But really, do you really want to say, I'm going to come in, I'm going to let Marcus Cooper, Teez Tabor, and Mike Ford, and maybe a rookie, battle for the number 2 cornerback position? Bob Quinn is starting to get the reputation for a day late and a dollar short. He did it with the running back position. He passed up on a rich running back class with Alvin Kamara, Dante Foreman. I mean, who else you had in that draft as well? Kareem Hunt. I mean, you could have got a running back at any point in that draft. He neglected to get a running back in the draft. Knowing this team needed a running back, we had seen enough of Amir Abdullah. We knew Theoretic wasn't the guy. We knew LeGarrette Blount wasn't going to be the guy. And again, he waited too late. He waited to get Kerryon Johnson. And it started looking like it's going to work out for him. But still, that's just his reputation. Now at the cornerback position. Hey, man, for years he tried to patch it up. He didn't want to spend the money on it. With DJ Hayden, never lost and beat him out. Deshaun Shedd never lost and beat him out. Mike Ford, he got in there. He took the position. But do you trust that Mike Ford is going to elevate his game, an undrafted free agent? He going to be that guy next year? No, you think your backup plan with Teez Tabor going to elevate this game and be that guy? No, you should have went in there and fixed that position. But I'm telling y'all just don't understand. Bob Quinn is just not progressive, and the Lions overall haven't been progressive in prioritizing the cornerback position. And people gonna go in with false hope this year again. I did not like what they did with Trey Flowers or free agency. I don't care what type of cap hit it was. In a defensive end, pass rusher, deep draft, where you can get a defensive end that's probably gonna get just as many sacks or more sacks than Trey Flowers at number 8. You know what I'm saying? You overpay this dude, it just makes no sense what they doing. You know, and people say, oh, he knows the system, he's a locker room. Look here, man, I don't pay nobody $15 to $17 million to be a fucking locker room guy at defensive end position. I pay you to go get sacks. You get paid that much, sacks. Anything else, run support, leadership in the locker room, hey, that is what it is. And the guys in the locker room already ain't feeling that Patriot way. So you're gonna try to bring, so the pastor gonna try to bring some junior pastors or some ministers in there, whatever you want to call it. You know, the Pope gonna try to bring some pastors in there to control the ship. Them guys gonna neglect it, and I ain't got to try to deal with Trey Flowers. Don't be preaching that Patriot way crap. Here's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And that they never going to accept that until they get rid of every dude from the old regime and start building it the way it is, man. Or you start putting wins on the board. That's the only way it's going to change. But once again, we'll see what Bob Quinn do. But it look like he's trying to take the cheap route on the backup running back position. And it look like he's trying to take the cheap route on the cornerback position. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he created a ton of cap space. It looked like he spent a bunch of money, or he did some big things. And overall, this team is really no better than it was last year. And in essence, it's not. Because the position we needed the most was a guy to go get the quarterback. Trey Flowers is not specialized in that. He's not a home wrecker. He's not a game changer. He ain't a Vine. He ain't a Mac. And that's my opinion. You can hold out hope that he can be that. But guess what? What's the chance of him leaving the Patriots system where it's a 90% failure rate once players leave that system, him coming here and being something that he never was in New England? Slim to none. Then again, he did not address the speed issue. Trey Flowers brings no speed to this defense. Danny Amendola brings no speed to the slot. Brandon Powell does, but Danny Amendola doesn't. He don't bring no speed to the offense. You get a running back that brings speed to the backfield? No. You know, and I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it real with the corner. If they expect and bring in a cheap free agent, they expect that to settle the number 2 cornerback position. They trying to do it by committee. Expect to see Neville Lawson back at some point in the season. Expect to see him back if they don't address it. Now, if they get Greedy Williams, you know, but still, he gonna have any corner you really bring unless they exceptional, like Marshawn Lattimore or Marcus Peters or it is exception to the rule, Deion Sanders or something like that. Unless you believe they're going to be that, I wouldn't hang my hat on a rookie cornerback coming in, especially Greedy with his 180-pound butt. I wouldn't expect him to come in and dominate. They were supposed to get a veteran presence, like I said, Bradley Roby, to right the ship for cheap, and then maybe Mike Ford develop, maybe Tabor develop, maybe bring a rookie in that develop. But they handled this all wrong once again. And then again, on top of that, you don't know if Tracy Walker gonna pan out. So they replaced Tracy. They backed up Tracy Walker with Andrew Adams, a guy that had one of the worst tackle rates in pro football. You double that back with Justin Coleman and played a nickel, the guy who had had one of the highest missed tackle rates in football. Come on, man. Come on. I'm just bringing the truth to the light. We'll see how the draft go. The draft gonna tell a lot, but all these little nickel and dime free agent pickups, it ain't going to say the Lions' ass. Bob Quinn is on the clock. And on top of that, you got a quarterback, historically, who can't get the job done. So, then again, when is Patricia and Bob Quinn contract up? Because I'm looking forward to seeing who the next general manager is going to be. Or I'm looking forward how quick Martha Finger is on the trigger, man. I'm looking forward to it. But maybe an amazing draft can save Bob Quinn's ass. Who knows? Motor City Sports Talk. Let me know how you feel. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email as well if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. My email is always there. Appreciate it. Motor City Sports Talk, one time for the one time.